So we have 7 programs that we look after. We've got the Visitor Information Centre in James Place, the Adelaide Central Market Information Booth, Adelaide Greeters, which is a meet and greet program, City Guides out on the street, Town Hall tours, cruise ship meet and greet in the railway station, and a mobile visitor information service. There are about 110 volunteers that work across those programs, so it's quite a big group of people. That is our lovely Visitor Information Centre. We moved there in 2014 after previously being in Rundle Mall since 2002. We offer a traditional visitor information service, face-to-face, basically. What else? It's the only accredited visitor information centre in the city. This is our newest edition. It's our mobile visitor information service. It's highly visible when we're out and about, and we head to major events in the city and places that are busy, and we anticipate high foot traffic. We can easily tailor the information for our mobile service as well. The Visitor Information Service's ultimate goal is for more people to spend more time in the city. We want them to have a wonderful time, go home, tell all their friends, and come back. Last year, this is 2014-15, we had 53,000 face-to-face visitor inquiries across all of our programs, and we had 118,000 people come through the Visitor Information Centre. So not everyone talks with us. They'll come in and grab a brochure, have a little look around, and we usually only record one person out of a group. So for the Visitor Information Centre, most of our visitors are international, with 48% being international visitors, and then 31% interstate, and 21% are local and South Australian. The largest group of number of inquiries or type of inquiries are just general directions, how to get around the city, what to see and do. Attractions is another big inquiry group, and journey planning, so helping people get to where they need to go. But we have different visitors for all of our different programs as well. Our Central Market Information Booth is mostly local visitors, which makes sense. Because it's a local market, and our Adelaide Greeters program is mostly international visitors, with 66% of our visitors using that program from overseas. So they ask us lots of different questions, so we have different information at all of our different, through our programs, to try and cater and tailor to their needs. Just get to the right page. So what is heritage tourism? So I've taken this definition from the Economic Value of Heritage Tourism report that was undertaken by Adelaide City Council in 2015. So it's quite a broad definition. But what does it mean to our visitors? Not much, really. They don't often come into our visitor centre and say, I'm looking for a heritage tourism experience. They just want to see the must-sees and must-dos of our city and what makes us unique. They don't really care for labels, borders, boundaries. They're just, what have you got? What can we see and do? So feedback from our frontline visitor information service people is, as I've just said, heritage doesn't mean much to them. They are interested in our colonisation story, and social stories that connect to places. They're interested in our churches as well, and how clean and green we are. So what do we do with our visitors? We just ask them lots of questions and get to their interests, and then we make suggestions on what they should do based on those interests. We don't want to overwhelm them with too many options because they walk away with their head in a cloud. So what heritage experiences are there available? You've got guided tours at attractions, coach and bus tours, self-guided walks. You can hop on the Connector bus, hire a bike, go and visit all of the wonderful attractions in the city, and take guided walking tours as well. So there's a lot of options for people depending on their interests. So we've got these lovely publications and tools in our toolbox. Hard copy brochures are still very much wanted and needed by visitors. A lot of them don't travel with smart apps, and we don't have things available for them to use easily. We've been developing itineraries and quick lists and maps that make it very easy and visual for people to find these attractions, so that they're not wasting, picking up 20 brochures and having a billion things to read through. We're just keeping it as simple as we can. And they've been very popular, and they're available online as well. So who is playing in the heritage tourism space in Adelaide? Well, there's lots of walking tour operators, 11 or 12 I think off the top of my head, a cycling tour operator and several bus and cruise companies, and then there's all of the attractions as well. So there's places that don't even know they're in tourism that are involved. So opportunities are having better wayfinding and signage, packaging your experiences together, working with other groups, digitising, using apps, QR codes, RF tags, having smart devices available at your establishment, those sorts of things. So to wrap up, we want to work with you. We want you to work together, and that's about it. Just make it simple for us to tell your stories as well, because if there's too much information, it's too hard. Thank you.